everyone, I'm Beth from Double Shot Gaming, and welcome to another go at 60 seconds. Well, the last time, we failed. And we're going to continue. We're going to do classic, we're going to do the apocalypse. I think that's what we did. 60 seconds. Yep. So, we're going to try it again, guys. We're going to try it again. Now, I really sucked at this before. Okay, there's Timmy. Oh, there's soup and a suitcase. Okay. There's the wife and the child and the kid. Okay. We're going to start here because we got some water. And we're going to go. And we're going to put you back in here. And we are going to get Timmy. And there we go. We got this. We're gonna go. We gotta get the wife. And we're gonna get her. Yes. We got it. And we're gonna get some waters. You need some more waters, yes. Oh no. Okay. We're gonna get this. Yes, okay. Okay, we got this. Okay, we got like nothing, but at least we got the family. That's always good. We literally got nothing. We got nothing, guys. As long as we got the family, though. That's all that counts. So now let's see what we have here. All of us made it into the shelter just a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. We remember hearing canned soup is healthy for you. Probably not. We vaguely remember stashing some things in the shelter because there was no room for them upstairs. Turns out being messy can really work in your favor. Good thing we grabbed that suitcase. What we found inside will definitely prove useful. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans. We'll sleep on cans. We'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. Plenty of water means we don't have to worry about that for some time. Oh, we're fully stocked on water. Oh, that is good. And soup, we've got quite a bit of soup. We thought it'd be a great idea for some role-playing fun and create our own shelter theater group. We called it Thunderdome. We spent the rest of the day trying to write a script for our performance. We almost got into a fight over it and decided that maybe it would be best to play something simpler. Okay. As long as you're keeping your sanity, guys. That's scruffy already, huh? We played Truth or Dare. When it turned out we only kept asking questions, and the most common was, are we going to eat anything besides tomato soup? We decided that's enough games for now. Mary Jane isn't worried, or at least she's not saying so out loud. So news is good news. Oh, no news is good news. There's nothing new going on with Timmy. Everything seems okay with Dolores. No new problems are troubling Ted this fine morning. Did we forget the daughter? Oh, Mary Jane isn't worried. That's what she said. Okay. And we're good on the soup and the water. The contamination in our town is so strong. Scavenging in these conditions could result in radiation sickness. But I found that we need... Yes, we're going to start preparing for an expedition tomorrow. We heard something about supply drops on the radio. This just might be what we need to survive, and it's supposed to happen near our house. Shall we go out and find out if it's really happening? Yes. We have the gas mask. That could save our life. The airdrop crate we found wasn't exactly huge, but it contained a few supplies that will definitely help us. We were especially happy to find some water bottles and food cans. For a minute, we thought it was canned meat, but then we found out it was tomato soup. Our theory is that the whole country used to run on tomatoes and no one suspected a thing. Okay. Can we spare some water? Mary Jane has been asking about it all day. Timmy doesn't need much, so water, water, and water. So we're going to do water. Okay. We've got plenty. We've been preparing for this expedition since yesterday, and we feel ready to go out right now. To go right now. That's not what it says. Who should be the lucky one to venture into the unknown? I think Ted. Because he said Ted can handle it. Oh, is he back? He's back, and he looks sick. Okay. And so, we are left with no photos, no news, and no happy thoughts. The world is too cruel. Ted has safely returned from his voyage on the surface. The local school is a big building a mile away from our house. Nobody liked that place. The atomic blast didn't change that. Now, without windows and few walls remaining, it looks even more unpleasant. Pleasant or not, it seemed like a good spot to hunt for some useful supplies. Everybody adored the lunch lady. She was almost 80 and everything she touched tasted great and smelled of tomato. Now we know her secret: tomato soup cans. The biology class had an aquarium. The fish had died since no one fed them, but the aquarium water should still be drinkable. There was enough for a few bottles. The local scout team had its own room in the school basement, and we found it filled with boxes of scout handbooks. Maybe they were preparing for the apocalypse. Anyway, we just took one. So we got the Boy Scout handbook. That's good. The geography classroom was very poorly equipped. The only useful item we could find was a map of our town. Still better than nothing. No, that's good. It's always better when things are calm. Luckily, nothing new happened to Mary Jane today. No news is good news. There's nothing new with Timmy. Everything seems Dolores. Ted's stomach is rumbling. He became infected. Ted is really tired. So, yes. We'll give him soup. I think we just gotta keep scavenging. But, let's see, can do it. I think we're going to send Mary Jane. Confined spaces are not a very friendly environment, and we quickly got into an argument over some trivial things. If this keeps going on, we might find ourselves in a nasty place. So, handle it before it gets to that. Okay. I'm liking the supplies we have. We could barely sleep after all that arguing. Let's hope that won't happen again. Mary Jane thirsty. We're gonna send Mary Jane. We're just gonna... Bye, Mary Jane. We might never see you again. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. Timmy is on his best behavior. How long will it last? If there was anything to report about Dolores, this is where it would have been written. Ted is hungry, really thirsty. We can do this. As long as we have food and water, we can stay locked in, but we'll have to leave eventually. It would be good to head straight for safety instead of getting ourselves into more trouble, if that's even possible in this situation. Our hope is that our brave soldiers will come and rescue us and take us to the well-hidden, well-stocked government shelter. Timmy had comics about those, so you know they must exist. All we need is to make contact with the military, and by the radio, we will do that. We make contact. The military is out there, and they are coming for us. All we need to do now is wait patiently. The soldier with the boring voice was very specific about this. Help is on the way. We just need to wait for further instructions and keep our radio in working order. Like the good scout he is, Timmy is making the best of the situation. Dolores is quite calm, given the situation. There isn't much going on with Ted. No trouble, nothing new. We're not going to worry about this. It's been a while since we showered. The smell in the tiny shelter is as far from roses as it can get. We had thought of washing ourselves. Too bad we didn't grab any soap along the way, but maybe we could make do with something else? The gas mask? It's what, grab some soap? Well, he looks like he got better. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. If we can survive just a little bit longer, dirty ears shouldn't be much of a problem. Just to be sure, dibs on the gas mask. Water for Timmy, water for Dolores. Ted has recovered from his sickness. Perfect. Okay. We know very little about what's going on outside. It'd be a good idea to find out more, maybe discover if anyone else made it to safety. A radio could help with this. That radio was the best thing we could have grabbed. I like the little drawings. We were able to get a weak signal and tap into the government's emergency announcement service. And guess what? Great news. The fallout outside has mostly gone. It should be safer, much safer to travel on the surface now. So, food for Timmy, food for Dolores, water for Ted. Water for Ted and food for the others. We've got a good amount of supplies going. The roaches seem to get more organized with every passing day. At first it was just one or two of them, but nowadays we see small columns of them marching through the shelter. We need to deal with this situation before their civilization becomes superior to ours, I bet, and the Boy Scout manual will definitely help. In what way? I'm not sure. We have defeated the insidious roaches and driven them away. Their nests are ours. That should teach them a lesson. There's nothing new with Timmy. Dolores is doing quite well. Ted is not complaining today. At least not very much. It is very difficult to prepare for unforeseen consequences when you don't see them coming. Well, they are unforeseen by definition, so that does make a lot of sense. We can't say we were prepared for what happened. Well, then what happened? Who knows? Maybe the new world will offer new opportunities and it won't be that bad. Water for Timmy and Dolores. We'll do water and water. That trash can of ours is getting disgusting. The good news is we don't have much of an appetite when we see it, so we are saving some food, yet for some reason we would like to tidy the mess up. These giant green cockroaches are a great motivator, and that would be the Boy Scout manual again for whatever reason. I guess it specializes in cockroaches. Mary Jane is sick. That was close. A nest of those glowing bugs might have been more than enough to drive us out of the wasteland. Roaches are the worst, but radioactive roaches, yike. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. It might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Let's just hope this doesn't happen again. Oh, I hope. Before our expedition could get anywhere, we ran into a group of freaky people dressed like wizards. They were eager to trade some of the supplies for a few items. It sounded like a fair deal, so we invited them in. So Mary Jane could use some food. And so could Ted. And Ted could drink something. So, there we go. We had thought phone calls were a thing of the past after the atomic bomb obliterated everything in our little town. However, a phone booth on our street survived the bombing somehow, and it seems to be ringing right now. We should send someone after it. We're going to send little old Timmy. Because why not? Oh, I came right back. When we answered the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We had started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they will get back to us. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. So food for Mary Jane. Food for Mary Jane. Seems like they're extra hungry when they come back. It seems awfully quiet outside. Maybe it's safe, maybe it's not. We won't know until we go out. Oh, Timmy's back. Yes. We played hide and seek. The longest round we were able to play lasted for around 10 seconds, and that was only because the lights went out for a moment. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. It might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Let's just hope this doesn't happen again. We liked our street, especially during national celebrations. Everyone joined in and decorated their lawns and houses. Plenty of fun to be had. The street doesn't look like it used to for any celebrations anytime soon. But in the next 100 years anyway. Not in the next 100 years anyway. But we had an idea, maybe something useful we could still found amongst the rubble. We found a refrigerator in the middle of our neighbor's lawn. Even without electricity, the light inside was on. It contained quite a few soup cans and surprisingly a brown fedora. It wasn't edible. We tried. That's interesting. It appears that Mr. Jenkins from down the road was brewing his own moonshine. We discovered a few bottles with labels that suggested a high percentage of alcohol, but the stuff tasted like water. So we assumed he failed. Or did he? Interesting. A band of kids were playing war in nearby ruins. They had plenty of real guns and ammunition. It's very encouraging to see the kids are making the best of this terrible, terrible situation. They even shared some ammunition with us. Oh, for the gun that we don't have. Thank you. The debris formed a tunnel of sorts. At the end of the tunnel, there was a very bright light. We were amazed, we were frightened, we were curious. We soon discovered the meaning of all of this. Yep, it was a flashlight. That could have done us good last night. If we don't hear Mary Jane soon, who knows what will happen. So get Timmy some food and get Ted some food. Yes, we will get this. You know, I think we're just gonna keep going. We were sure we had looked through our supplies carefully, but Mary Jane spotted something all of us missed. A seed, a plant seed. We should plant it to see what happens, but we need a bottle of water for that. Should we use it? I think we should try. We have plenty of water, so I think it's a good call. Okay, so here goes nothing. Soil, seeds, water. We'll see what happens in a few days' time. Let's just hope the seeds don't turn into some useless flower. Mary Jane seems optimistic enough. Mary Jane needs food. Timmy food. Okay. 1 foot in the drink. He needs a drink right now. So drink. So Mary Jane needs food and Timmy needs food. And we're sending Ted out there since he has 1 foot in the grave. There was nothing we could do about the damn plant. We're lucky it didn't eat us alive, but it did steal some of our food. In what reality does a plant eat tomato soup can? Is that even a world worth living in? It's always better when things are calm. Timmy should eat something. Well, we got 1 can of soup left. It's so easy to escalate silly arguments, and close quarters doesn't help. We were chatting, then suddenly we were fighting and fighting. Let's just hope we'll get over this soon. Yes. I don't think Ted's coming back. Mary Jane just died. Ted has been outside for far too long and still hasn't returned. We fear he isn't coming back. When Mary Jane's sickness got worse and we weren't able to provide her, she decided it was time to cure whatever she had on her own. She'd love to know saying she's not coming back, since she never even liked our town to begin with. We stopped arguing, but for how long? So Dolores needs water. I don't even think we can send anyone out. We were able to catch the military broadcast again. This time they're asking us to get out with a flashlight and signal to the plane after dark. If all goes well, they'll be able to find us. Sounds like we'll be leaving soon. We finally got it. Maybe we'll make it. Maybe? Maybe. Everything was going as planned, but then the flashlight stopped working. We were lucky to get it fixed just in time to hear the distant roar of the plane's engine. We were pretty sure the pilot saw us. Let's see if they get back to us. Dolores is gonna go mad or something. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Just gonna go with Soup. A gang of thugs started banging on our doors, ordering us to surrender and give up all of our supplies. How do we respond to these scumbags? Lock the door. Padlock it. That doesn't sound good. Okay. We were able to defend our home this time. What if they come back? We didn't think that the small padlock would stop them, but it turned out to be enough to discourage the unknown attackers. It seems like they gave this whole break-in a fair shot, but ultimately gave up and left. Too bad that padlock is in no shape to be used again. We need to think of other ways to fight off the bandits and other soup-hungry barbarians. Dolores will not last long without water. This is our last of our water, so I hope Timmy brings back. So a woman came by with a creature she claims is a camel. Provided that camels have 5 legs, the animal is carrying a pack of goods for trade. So offers 1 in exchange for 1. Offers 4 in exchange for a radio. Oh. We need water. Do we want to bank on Timmy bringing some back? We're just going to go and do this because, I mean, that is our way to keep in touch with the military, so that's always good. We exchanged goods with the trader, and she went her way. Before she left, she insisted that we should listen to radio broadcasts if we ever want to get out of the shelter and find a safer place to be. Thank you. That was so nice of her. The other day, we heard a quiet knock on our door, but when we opened it, we only found a suitcase on the doorstep, and there was no one around. It isn't signed, but it sure looks like it was meant for us. Should we check inside? Oh, yes, we should. What can it hurt? We're in day 41, guys. Damn it, the gift was booby-trapped. There was nothing inside besides junk, and as soon as we opened the suitcase, it exploded, and Dolores was hurt. Oh, that's nice. Alarm, someone is trying to break in and they're not alone. We'd better get ready, or else we might end up dead or worse. We have nothing. We have nothing to even stop them. Nothing at all. The end. Oh no, instead of murdering us all and robbing our supplies like they expected them, the bandits grabbed Dolores and pulled her out of the shelter, kicking and screaming. Damn you, bandits! Dolores will make you pay for this, we're sure of it. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back to the wasteland and is safe with us now. Our little trip to the surface might have been spotted and followed. We should be more careful next time. Where to go for supplies? What a silly question. To the store, of course. We decided that bombs don't matter, that much of our favorite store should still be our #1 stop for groceries. We found it, or at least what was left of it. Most food on the shelves was outdated and rotten. A lot of eggs were smashed on the floor. Guess what? Soup cans don't expire until 2015. Good for us. We got 4 soup cans. And we got a radio. And we got a medical kit. The store counter was very dirty thanks to some previously used chewing gum and smokes. On the other side, we found a radio playing strange and exotic European music. There was a restroom in the back. Inside, we found a dead boy next to the first aid kit. Guess it didn't help. Held up for 43 days. Oh, that's a bummer because we got good supplies. Okay, guys. Well, we got pretty far. That's the furthest I've ever seen. So maybe the next one will beat it. So So thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up down below, comment, subscribe, and with that, I bid you good day.